Isn't it frustrating when you're chatting with someone and you suddenly realize you have no clue what they're talking about or what they just said? It can be embarrassing to say, "Sorry, what did you just say?" Unfortunately, it happens to most of us, more than we would like. In fact, research finds that the average person remembers between 25 to 50% of what he or she hears. To compound matters, research also finds that better listeners hold higher level positions and are promoted more often than those with less developed listening skills. So, how can you be a better listener? Let's get started. To begin, a basic understanding of listening. Listening is not hearing. Hearing is a physiological function of receiving sound. Listening is the function of receiving verbal and nonverbal messages and then determining meaning from those messages. Next, what are the barriers to listening? First, failing to limit distractions, or what is often termed noise. Distractions, or noise, can be external. For example, have you ever tried to have a meaningful conversation at a rock concert? Well, external distractions don't have to be that extreme. Simply attending to your cell phone rather than the speaker is external distraction enough. Then there are also internal distractions or noise. You know, that inner dialogue in your head. If you're like me, you're often already generating a response to the speaker rather than actually listening to the speaker. Or you may simply be distracted by thinking about what's for dinner, or if you remember to turn off the stove, or feed the dog before leaving the house. The second barrier to listening is failing to attend to the message. Now, some of this happens due to noise, but some of this happens when there are other factors impeding your ability to listen actively. For example, if the speaker is using jargon or technical words used by specialized groups that you don't understand, or there is message overload, where the speaker provides too much detail at once and it's overwhelming. Or how about when you're having a conversation with someone you're really nervous with, like your boss, or the really cute girl you've been eyeing in class? Well, that's called receiver apprehension, the fear of misinterpreting, or inadequately processing and or not being able to adjust to the messages sent by others. Then there is listener bias. This is when we have an assumption or attitude about a person before even hearing them out. This bias prevents us from listening to what the person has to say. Finally, how can you improve your listening? First, observe. Watch the verbal and nonverbal cues your communication partner is expressing. Second, focus. Try not to do anything else while listening. Third, acknowledge. Acknowledge the message, even if you don't agree. A simple mm-hmm or head nod can do. Finally, respect the speaker. In other words, let them finish. As tempting as it is to voice your own opinion, remember to respect the speaker by not interrupting physically by beginning to speak, or psychologically by thinking about what you're going to say next. Thanks. Until next time.
Created using Powtoon.